Hello everyone, in this video I'll rank my top 10 home theater movies of 2023. I know we aren't quite at the end of the year, but with a few more weeks to go, I'm confident my rankings won't change. My list includes only movies that released on 4K Blu-ray this year. These are only movies that I've seen in my home theater. Of course, I haven't seen every release this year, and this is just my opinion based on my likes, tastes, my setup, preferences, and point of reference. Your top movies, others' top movies may be different, and that's okay. My rankings take into account audio quality, video quality, and the movie itself. These don't necessarily have to have the greatest audio and video quality, instead deliver across the board as a complete and enjoyable home theater experience. Number 10 is The Flash. This was one of my most rewatched movies in 2023, and for me, that says a lot about this movie because there was no fatigue or loss in interest, so its playback ability was a factor for me in its ranking, along with all those cool Batman scenes. Overall, this movie ended up being a very enjoyable home theater watch, easy to rewatch, not necessarily great at anything, but it was good at a lot. Video, audio, pacing, acting, the story, all just good. Number 9 is Gran Turismo, one of the sharpest and cleanest movies of 2023. The cinematography is stylish and cool, audio is lively, clear, and full. All my speakers were regularly active, good separation, and the movie itself, which is based on a true story, is family friendly and inspirational. I wanted the race scenes to be a little longer and designed a little better, and I wanted the picture to be a little brighter with more visual pop, but overall, it still presented well in my home theater. Number 8 is Titanic. This is really where I start splitting hairs. There really isn't much that separates number 8 from number 1. These movies are all really that good. This release is absolutely incredible. Immediately, I was stunned by how good the video quality was. Did not expect that at all. There are lots of fine, subtle detail present throughout the movie. I could see pores, fabric texture, skin wrinkles, individual hairs, background detail on the ship itself, tons of vivid, vibrant colors. Whites were brilliant white, blacks were deep and inky. The shots themselves look incredible. In the action sequences, the audio really shines. The sides, overheads, and rears liven up. Beyond those scenes, there is some very subtle atmosphere. I wanted the atmosphere to be a little more audible and pronounced, but the movie itself is great. The CGI stood out in some scenes a bit more than I liked, but the clarity and resolution is so good that I get how the CGI might look a bit obvious. For 1997, it wasn't too bad, and it didn't take me out of the movie. My only other minor issue has always been casting. I think DiCaprio is a good actor, just not sure he's especially good in this role. But that's it. Everything else about this movie is great. Number 7 is Oppenheimer. Video quality is the highlight of this movie and among the best of any movie in 2023. It's just pleasing to the eye. Across the board, every aspect of video is top notch. The audio seemed either very subtle and light or full on loud. If I had one criticism about this movie, it would be the audio needing a bit more balance. There wasn't much of an in-between. I've never scaled back on volume as much as I had to in this movie, even in other Nolan movies. And LFE hits extremely hard and sudden quite often. I found myself dialing back my sub quite a bit. As for the movie itself, there is incredible storytelling, a very good watch, and a must-have movie. Number 6 is All Quiet on the Western Front. This movie is one of the most finely made movies I have ever seen. Visually, it's razor sharp. There's an incredible amount of detail in the picture. It's bold and rich. It's one of the best visual 4K presentations I've ever seen. The German audio track with Dolby Atmos is an audio masterpiece. As for the movie itself, just be aware it's a war movie set during World War I, and it captures all the brutality and horror in explicit and realistic detail. Number 5 is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Audio is the clear standout in this movie. There are so many, not just good scenes, but reference quality scenes in terms of audio. LFE was the biggest surprise. There is a lot of rumble, some powerful punches, and some scenes that dove low into those low frequencies. Speakers are plenty active, including the overheads. The video quality for me was good. Looked a little soft, but detail was okay. HDR was good. I recall the green in the landscape near the final act of the movie was super vibrant and bold. Black levels were okay. There is plenty of story that drives this movie. It's good, and I was into it from scene to scene. The action is moving, the story is moving, just a really satisfying progression. I'm a fan of these Mission Impossible movies. They're done very well, and the latest installment is a must have. Number 4 is Prey. Prey was my most anticipated movie of 2023. It was a day one buy and a day one watch, and thankfully, it absolutely delivered in every way. I love the acting, I love the pacing, I love the story, the shots, I love the audio and video presentation, I even love the dog. Audio wise, what stood out to me more than the action scenes were the quieter, calmer scenes where I could hear the atmosphere, the rustling leaves, the wind blowing, insects and birds chirping. That was impressive and the kind of audio that immerses me into a movie. And the movie itself is completely engaging and enjoyable from start to finish. I enjoyed every second of this movie. Number 3 is John Wick 4. John Wick delivers every time. Very few franchises with so many movies continue to get better and better. The creative team running this franchise continue to outdo themselves. They know exactly what they have, exactly what works, and they deliver. You want more cool fight scenes, you get more cool fight scenes. You want more cool chases, you get more cool chases. You get more absolutely beautiful cinematography, you get more amazing action. You get from these John Wick movies exactly what you expect. Tons of action, incredible camera work, very well placed humor, and excellent characters. John Wick 4 really delivers across the board. Visually, just beautiful to look at. The audio is balanced and immersive, and the movie itself is engrossing. It really is a masterpiece of a movie. Number 2 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This is a home theater treat. I'm again throwing out the word masterpiece because it's an accurate description of this movie. It's a visual masterpiece. The animation is beautiful, colors pop, it's bold and vibrant. The Dolby Atmos audio is very immersive. The score rocks. The story is deep and emotional. The way the action in every scene looks on screen, the scale and production make it a perfect home theater watch. And my favorite home theater movie of 2023 is Avatar: The Way of Water. Such a well done movie across the board. The movie, audio, and video quality were a 5 out of 5. This is definitely a movie made to be seen in a theater. The planning, the care, the attention to detail, and the making of this movie is clear. James Cameron spared nothing, put out exactly what he wanted, and made sure it was the best movie experience for the viewers. Colors absolutely pop. It's an incredibly bright and vibrant movie. Dark scenes are still clear and detailed. Spectral highlights stand out. Excellent camera work. Audio just put me directly into the movie, and that's what well done audio does. And the movie itself is a good story. I even like that there's a family friendly audio track that excludes harsh language. This is a must have home theater experience, not just a watch, but an actual experience. And here are a couple of honorable mentions. World War Z. This is one of my favorite zombie movies. It's one of my most anticipated releases in 2023, and it delivered. Audio is in 5.1 DTS HD, which oddly seemed like it might be a downgrade compared to the 7.1 DTS HD on the standard Blu-ray released a few years prior, but the audio here is solid. I did not think the video quality was overly special, but it was okay. The movie itself is a suspenseful and intense ride. Plenty of action, and the action plays out well on a large screen. Air Force One. This movie is one of my favorite late 90s action movies. Being able to see it now on 4K Blu-ray in the best possible quality in my home theater is something special. The action and aerial scenes in particular look and sound great. Every minute has something to offer. This is an excellent home theater watch. Black Adam. I really enjoyed this movie. It was a very good home theater presentation. The movie itself, as superhero movies go, was pretty good. The story could have been better. Some of the acting could have been better, but lots of cool parts and really good audio. What was there presents very well in a home theater, and it really delivered over and over across its 2+ hour runtime. So what were some of your favorites in 2023? Leave those in the comments section below. A like would be much appreciated, and if you aren't already, please subscribe.